Right then, this is a walk around video and this is for absolutely beautiful car. This is a Honda CR-V 2-litre SR. As you can see, it's the facelift model with the new style front end. The car's had wonderful ownership and service history, and the gentleman that owned the car has absolutely spent a fortune on it in terms of the accessories. It's got the exterior styling packs, so you get the lower trims on the front bumper there, side steps, door protector mouldings, metallic paint, and also the high level rear spoiler, finished in passion red, which looks absolutely stunning on the car, and the videos never do justice to it. It is a gloriously rich colour. Front of the car looks fantastic. It's in beautiful condition with the lights and lenses having no cracks or condensation in them. Front bonnet, it's only got front bonnet, of course. Bonnet itself is in beautiful condition. Near side of the car is mirror smooth, not an indentation, and the paintwork is wonderful and fresh. Near side front alloy, again absolutely unmarked there. Near side rear alloy, again absolutely blemish free. Come around the back of the car. My favourite angle for these CR-Vs, in all honesty. It just looks fantastic. It's really subtle but beautifully done. And then around the back, again in lovely condition. Only the odd tiny little touching has been done when things been going in and out of the car, but they are minor. I mean, it's the only thing I can see on the car. Offside, again absolutely wonderfully clean. And the offside rear alloy, again absolutely unmarked. Side steps skag free, mark free, and then final alloy, again absolutely beautiful. It really is a truly handsome car. Coming to the back of the car, I mean, it is in, again, astonishing condition. Most CR-Vs are used very heavily indeed, but this one's got away very gently indeed. Coming to the back, masses of legroom. They are truly amazing in the back, and those seats are set for me, and I'm 6 foot tall. Rear of the car, leatherwork, or half leatherwork rather, looks as new, and that's so rare for a CR-V. These are normally very heavily used in the back where the kids are, but it looks as though he's banned anyone from sitting in the back, in all honesty. On the front passenger side, again absolutely wonderfully clean and tidy there. So finally, driver's door card, all beautifully clean. Likewise, footwell areas have been kept beautifully as well, and driver's seat rather, again in really good condition. The only one's going to show any kind of wear, but very little at all. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section, so the dashboard can be seen illuminated. Just to get the navigation screen up there for you, just press agree. Oops, view map, all working perfectly, as you can see there. Sorry, I normally have that prepared. But all working absolutely as it should, and the dash looks absolutely as new. It is in beautiful condition. Pop the car into reverse, and to complement the front and rear parking cameras, you get that lovely big clear parking camera. And across to the main dashboard binnacle, you can see there 49,049 miles, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. But it is in super condition with only limited amounts of wear. This is one of the best you'll see anywhere. Just to quickly show you, owner's manual, parking, lock and unlock key, both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. This car is registered MM15WGE, and mileage currently showing is 49,043 miles. The reason we do these videos is basically so that if anyone's looking at this car or any of our cars online in the adverts we place, they actually get to see the cars advertised in operation. The reason we feel it's important is basically we know, because we've gone to see cars ourselves which have been perfectly good or look good in the descriptions and the photographs, but only to get there and drive it and find out it's got a fundamental problem which shows up whilst driving. So that's why we do it. It's also done on these quiet country roads close to our premises. This actually forms part of the test drive routes we go on, take our customers on, and the reason we choose to do it on these roads is that hopefully then it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. As you know from the walk around video, this is an exceptional car in pretty much every single way, and cosmetically it's lovely, looks stunning, and it drives absolutely perfectly. Given the fact that the gentleman who owned the car had the car serviced at the same Honda dealer from start to finish, clearly someone's invested a lot of money in the maintenance of the vehicle to maintain its value, but also its mechanical condition as well, because it is absolutely faultless in that respect. Oops, sort of traffic information coming up. Let me just turn that off. Engine starts absolutely instantly, as you'd expect, and there are no warning lights relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on one of these vehicles, by the way, when they're up to full operating temperature, and it's been running for quite some time now. That's only half the story, really, because these engines are just typical Honda 4-cylinder petrol engines, the best in the world by a country mile. They are incredibly tough and reliable, taking enormous mileages with regular maintenance in their stride. I mean, it really, really is a wonderful engine. It's timing chain, so there's no cam belts to worry about. But it's the way it drives. It's just such a smooth, sweet engine through the entirety of its rev range, and it's got real guts to the engine as well. It's not all about top-end power. It does have plenty of oomph to it, and it's, for the size of the car it is, they're actually, especially on longer runs, an economical engine as well. The engine then feeds through into the automatic gearbox, which is, as you'd expect, a Honda, is really well judged. They've picked the ratios to extract the best out of the engine in terms of performance and economy, because it's obviously a balancing act between the two, but gives you a wonderful gear shift quality as well. So all the gear changes are very slick. Notwithstanding reputation, because they have a reputation for being incredibly tough, every bit as tough as the engines. Just on any automatic, just make sure, cold and hot, you put it from neutral into drive and into reverse. And there shouldn't be any great delays and sudden funks as it engages, and the gear changes should be smooth on the go, and they're all perfect in that respect with regard to this car. I'm just going to give the brakes a bit of a shove. We're coming to a point at which I turn around, and it's a good opportunity to do it, so I'm just going to hold on to something behind me. But really nice, powerful brake pedal in the car. What I'm looking for particularly on automatics is, because they do a lot more work with their brakes than the manual car, or it should do, to make sure there's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, and there's nothing at all. They're absolutely as they should be. Steering of the car is really nicely weighted. It tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, but it's got a lovely feel to it. It makes the car feel lovely and solid on the road, almost slightly heavy feeling, which is a really confidence inspiring. But when you go through a series of bends like the ones coming up now, you don't have to turn the wheel too far. It's minimal movement. It's really precise and faithful. Very, very accurate indeed. And the chassis is brilliant too, because these corners, just taking a little bit quicker than they would do normally, can cause a lot of SUVs to kind of dip and fluster and wallow about. But these hold their line, but they hold their body control really, really well. But not at the expense of ride comfort, because basically the car rides incredibly comfortably. Very, very well judged. What I'm looking for, especially with that big bump just gone over, is any signs of any sort of chattering coming from underneath the suspension that shouldn't be there, and there's nothing at all. All absolutely spot on. Worth pointing out, the car will be going for an independent MOT once I finish doing this road test, so all these things will be checked anyway. Coming inside the car, first things first, they are a beautifully put together car. There are no squeaks or rattles at all from the interior of the car. It is a brilliant build quality that they employ on these vehicles, as you'd expect of a Honda anyway. But it's also a lovely place to sit, because you've got really good visibility. It's one of the rare cars you can actually see the bonnet and to the end of it. You've got these massive wing mirrors on either side to give you a great view behind the car. But it is not one of those cars you get in where you feel intimidated. You feel sort of sat inside the vehicle. They've done a lovely job. And the dashboard, which whilst it's very, very highly equipped, is actually very simple to use, and again blissfully so by modern standards. Sat nav, as you can see, working perfectly, as is the radio, which works well in the car. You've got a dual zone climate control system, so you can have the option of different temperatures side to side. It blows out lovely cold air. We checked it in a nice warm workshop earlier on today. Switch gear quality is absolutely superb. A real kind of rubbery click action to it, which I love on the Hondas, and they do a really good job of that kind of thing. Heated seats, again, part of the SR equipment, all working exactly as they should. Directly in front of me, dash binnacle is simple, easy, legible, doesn't give you anything more than you actually need, and is very, very simple to take the information from. Steering wheel, leather bound, small in diameter, feels absolutely fantastic to hold, and because it's small, it actually makes the car feel quite nimble. Some have kind of unwieldy big steering wheels in SUVs to make them feel truck-like, I guess. This is a four-wheel drive car, although, as I always say in the videos for the Hondas, that there is no button to press. The car does it for you, because Honda worked out that most people will be driving, as I am today, in perfectly good conditions where you don't need four-wheel drive. The problem with running permanent four-wheel drive is it gets through the tyres more quickly because there's more scrub. You also use more fuel because of the friction involved with running four-wheel drive, and it does put a lot more mechanical stress on the car. This basically, should there be some snow, mud, ice, whatever, it runs in front-wheel drive, the most efficient way to pull a car along the whole time. If the front wheel starts to lose grip, it instantly brings in the rear wheels, and absolutely seamlessly as well, by the way, to give you four-wheel drive. I've towed, and I still tow, a caravan with a four-wheel drive CR-V, and I've never come close to getting stuck. Its simplicity, by the way, also gives it its reliability. I've never put a spanner on a Honda four-wheel drive system using this system, and we've been selling them for nearly 3 decades. But the car drives absolutely perfectly, as you'd expect, given the ownership of this vehicle.